I'm Jamie from ESL Teacher 365, and I love testing out TEFL courses to help you decide which is the best fit for your teaching goals. In this video, we'll take a look at the 120-hour course from the TEFL Institute, including what the course is like, a sneak peek of the course on the inside, and my personal pros and cons to help you decide if this is the right course to start your teaching adventure abroad or online. The TEFL Institute's 120-hour course is 100% online and self-paced. You get up to 6 months of study time. However, if you want to finish the course faster, you of course can. The course is accredited by Highfield Qualifications, and you can find all the details about the accreditor on the official website. There are 10 modules in this course that cover these topics. The online course can be accessed on your computer or using the TEFL Institute app and includes readings, interactive activities, practice quizzes, videos, and end-of-module quizzes. The TEFL Institute also offers weekly live Zoom sessions during the course. Taking a self-paced course can be lonely and feel disconnected, so it's nice to know that you can meet with CELTA-qualified instructors once a week on Tuesdays to ask questions, observe teaching demos, and more. In terms of job support after the course, you will get access to 6 hours of live job support seminars each month, and these help you craft your resume and cover letters. They talk about interviews and demo lessons, and you also get access to their exclusive job board. If you aren't based in Europe, you can access recordings of these seminars. And this goes beyond what is typically offered by other 120-hour online TEFL courses. From other companies, what I've seen is they typically just send you a list of links and then maybe a CV template. So it's nice that you have the option for these seminars. You'll also get free access to 4 micro-credential courses, which are Teaching English Online, Teaching Young Learners, Teaching Business English, and IELTS Preparation. While the 120-hour course covers all of the basics, it is nice to know that you can dive into more detail into these more niche topics if you want to focus on them when you're teaching abroad or online. On September 1st, the TEFL Institute is also launching a brand new community forum on Discord where teachers can connect and share ideas, tips, and information. There will also be different competitions, career tips, work permit advice, and more. Let's take a look at what the course is like on the inside. The TEFL Institute course has 10 different modules. You can see the different topics here, and each module has a quiz at the end. This is Module 4, Teaching Vocabulary, and I'll show you what some of the lessons look like. Some of them have these tiles that you can flip to get additional information. There's also images with spots that you can click to read more. And this is an example of one of the practice quizzes at the end of the lesson. These questions are going to be similar to the end of module quizzes. You also have some lessons with slides. And here's an example of different vocabulary teaching games. You can flip the tiles to get the instructions so you can play them with your students in class. I have played many of these games with my classes. I also like that they talk about the correction code for writing. This is really helpful to get your students to improve their writing and reflect on their mistakes. It also goes over the IPA chart, and there's quite a bit about teaching pronunciation. Here's an example of one of the videos. This is for teaching young learners. And sometimes you'll just have to click down to get more information, and there's also linked resources to external websites as well. This is where you access those weekly Zoom classes. You can get information about your certificate resources, and here's how to access and sign up for the job coaching seminar. Now that you have an idea of what the course is like, let's take a look at my personal pros and cons. I like that this course is available on the computer or also through the app. This means that you can study on the go. You're not always tied to your computer and just makes it easier to access the course. Although this is a more basic 120-hour course, I like that some of the content does overlap with a CELTA course. It goes over CCQs. There's more variety in lesson planning than just the PPP model. There's a good look at teaching pronunciation, and of course you can dive into more depth with those 4 free micro-credential courses. I think the weekly Zoom sessions and the teacher forum are a great way to feel connected with the course, because a lot of times when you're taking an online TEFL course and it's just kind of reading and quizzes, you don't really feel very connected and you don't feel very prepared. So I like that this is an option. Another pro is the job search assistance that you get through the job coaching seminars. I like the topics you get to cover: writing your CV and cover letters, creating professional demo videos. There's different interview techniques, and they even introduce some reputable hiring companies as well. I also like the variety of different question types in the TEFL Institute's end of module quizzes. It's not like other TEFL courses where it's all just multiple choice. You have many different kinds of questions, and it makes taking those quizzes less painful. And finally, I like that you get a tutor that you can email with any questions during your course. I did take advantage of this when I first started because I was having a little bit of trouble accessing everything, which I'll talk about later. And it's just nice to know that you have someone there that you can email with any questions. The first con would be that the videos in this course are a bit random and of different quality. Some are really nice from the BBC or teaching demos, and some are just a bit weird or the quality is not very good. So I'd like to see the videos a bit more standardized throughout the course. Another thing I don't like is that there are no assignments with this course. You don't get the chance to get any feedback on your lesson planning or any essay writing with some feedback on that. So it's up to you to do your own lesson planning and reflect on what you're reading. Another con is that your progress isn't saved while you're taking the course, and this is very different from other online TEFL courses that I've taken. The idea is that this way you can go back and redo some of the interactive activities, redo some of the practice quizzes, but I just found it not very motivating. Another thing that I found kind of strange about the format was that you have to unlock the units using the last lesson of the module to then unlock the quiz, take the module quiz, and then you unlock the next module. For some reason, this was quite confusing when getting started. This is actually why I emailed my tutor. Once I figured it out, it was fine, but it was just a little bit clunky. And finally, I don't like that there isn't a teaching practicum. With all the other great benefits that this course has, I would love to see a teaching practicum, but do understand that this is very typical for 120-hour online courses not to offer any sort of teaching practicum. That's just pretty standard for the industry, but maybe on my wish list someday, the TEFL Institute will add a teaching practicum. If the TEFL Institute sounds like the right course for you, you can enroll at eslteacher365.com/TEFL-Institute and use my discount code ESL365 at checkout to get an extra 10% off. What questions do you have about the TEFL Institute? Leave a comment down below. You can find me on Instagram at eslteacher365, and if you'd like to learn how to teach your first online class, then you can watch this video next. Happy teaching!